Alright, we're back. Let me know how those audio levels are. I'm just going to pick up right where we left off. We've finished, we'll call this the south wall here. And we basically need to replicate the same thing to this side, but obviously needs to be shorter because the roof line is now shorter on that side. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started. I do have a way to share my Steam Deck footage for those that were here last time. I have my Steam Deck right here for reference for when I need to check, and I have the terminal map in Halo 2 pulled up here, so I can just kind of visually check things and measure things in real time as I'm playing, which is hugely valuable. And I do have a way to capture that, and I'll superimpose it on the stream so you can follow along with what I'm seeing on the Steam Deck. I don't have the equipment I need with me, but hopefully I'll be able to get that soon. You know, this is supposed to come out a little bit more. That's okay. We're going to leave it alone for now. The width on that should be good. What we do need is to make sure this is perfectly lined up in here, which it is not. Position. $968. That's not right. What's this one? 901.40. Okay, that's good. And that's good. Okay, now I just need to take the top down. Let's call it 40. Oh, that's pretty good. That was close. All right, 5 minutes in. Are we peeking through? We are not. We are good. Cool. All right. Rinse and repeat. Do the same thing with this, although I think this time I will enable magnets, get it lined up that way. Now I know at least the height should be good. 661. That is 661, because the origin point is that bottom corner. And then this, I believe, was at a 0.5. Yep. Alright, now I just have to line up vertical. Oh, and the X should be the same too. Yeah. It's going to be lower than that one, so let's start with 35? Nah, 27. A little bit less. 26.5. Let's see where that gets us. Pretty good. Can we go down to 26? Yes, we can. Cool. Alright, looking good. Yeah, so for those of you who did not join us last time, this is the terminal map remake. Originally appeared in Halo 2 Anniversary, or sorry, Halo 2, and has never gotten any type of remake treatment. They've never revisited this map, at least the developers have. This is a very popular one for people to try to tackle, but it's always been missing the train. And as far as I'm aware, my Halo 5 one was the first one to really have functional trains that would zoom through the map and kill you and destroy vehicles and everything you'd expect the train to do. But Halo Infinite, you can do even more, so I'm really excited to dive into that and see what we can do with the train now. But yeah, the devs have never taken a look at this map again. You can't see me right now, but on my Steam Deck that I'm using as reference, I'm walking to the front of this station to get a look at... oh, I just got hit by a train. Nice. To get a look at where this lines up. Yeah. With, I touched on this a little bit yesterday, but with Halo Infinite's mechanics, playing around with the train is going to be really fun. It's going to be really fun. Okay, I'll worry about that later. Alright, so let's... Well, let us duplicate here. Yes. There we go. That's lined up. So now my Z and X axis, what's it getting caught on? Should be lined up. Oh, it's not able to go through these sticks? Are you serious? What? Ah, jeez. Okay, I'm just going to have to memorize it. 601.5, 735.7. Can I go through these? Yes, I can. Okay. Weird. Yeah, I totally forgot what those numbers were. I know it was 601.5. That's still good. Of course, that's the one I memorized. So 1.5 and then 735.5, right? Yeah? No, not quite. 735.7, I remember now. So that's good. Now I just need to bring this down. Oh, I need to bring this out as well. Did I do the same thing here? I did. Okay. So yeah, now bring the top down. I want to say this is going to be... No. 82. 85. 85.5. Nice. Alright, and the nice thing about this one is I can duplicate it and move it over to the right. And if I magnetize alongside it here, are these too big? I found if pieces are over a certain size, they don't really magnetize. .5. Cool. Alright, save. Test mode. How does that feel? Let's back up a little bit. Feels pretty good. Feels really good. Nice, I like it. It does feel big. It still feels pretty big. I hope I didn't scale this up too much. Again, the movement speed's faster, so when I timed running from one end of the map to the other in Halo 2 and in Halo Infinite, first I had them identical. It was like, I forget what the exact timing was, but it was like 18 seconds or something, 20 seconds to run all the way. I don't know what it was. But I had it the same. Then I realized, well, it should only be the same if there's the same number of players. The movement speed is increased, so I have to make it bigger for movement speed. But I also have to make it bigger because there's going to be more players here. It's going to be 12v12 now and not 8v8. So I have to scale it up for both movement speed and vehicle speed, but also there's going to be 24 people on the map instead of 12. Instead of 16, rather. So this feels big. I'm really not going to know until we play test if this is too big. Yeah, the Warthog can clear that just fine. Okay, I mean, we did the main thing I wanted to accomplish, so that actually was pretty quick. This needs to come out to meet the edge of that. So I need to move this. No, it needs to come out to meet the edge of this up here. These are lined up precisely. Nice. Cool. That's good. But that means I need to make this a little wider. Save that. Check for comments. No comments. We will keep moving. Is there the same little bump out on this side? There is. By what I believe is the same amount. Well, what is that amount? $1.6. So I need to add 5 to it. It's going to be 36.6. And that should get it lined up with the pillar. That gets lined up with the pillar. And then it's 1.6 longer. So 67.2. Okay, so this overlap right there should exactly match this overlap right there. I'm going to add a texture on this side here that I have a texture in mind. I don't know what it's called, but I know it's in here. That looks exactly like the striated metal texture. It's going to go perfect. Is that how that goes. I'm looking at this beam here, making sure I'm not crazy. Yeah, that's good. What's interesting is this kind of 1.6 actually exists everywhere. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Even here, it bumps out a bit. Yeah, same deal. That'll help break this up a little bit. Yeah, but I'm not gonna worry about it right this second. I need this pillar. All right, let's go ahead and make this taller. units. Okay, that's good there. You know what? This actually has to come out 5 units. So 50. Yep, perfect. So I will increase the height by 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll increase it by 4, and then I need to increase how high it sits vertically by 4. See, that's too high, but it should be lined up. No? Oh, I had to increase it by 2. That should be lined up, and that should actually be pretty good. Yes. Perfect. All right. And again, I can just duplicate that. Should actually be able to just snap that right into place if it lined up with this wall correctly. Like I said, it sometimes acts funny with large objects. Very good. Now just 2 more times. Cool. And now horizontal. One more out. 50.4, 50.5. Is this 50.5? It is. They should all be. Very nice. All right, this needs to come over by 6.6 units. And then needs to be 6.6 units longer. Yeah. So 6.6 units negative x would put us at don't tell me. If it was just 6, it would be 7. Why can't I do math? Probably because it's almost midnight. If it was 5, it would be 740.7. 6 would be 741.7. 0.6 is 742.3. How's that look? It looks like more. Definitely looks like more. What did I do wrong? I should go 1.6 over. So that's 40.6, 41.3, right? That should be right? Am I that dumb? Yeah, that looks better. Okay. But now I have to increase the length. I'm just going to get it lined up and see where we're at. This is what's great about staying on a grid. Okay, now 1.6 more than whatever this is. So that's 2.8. Very nice. Now this can be 3.2 smaller. So y 3 would be 50, 0.2 would be 49.8. This is lined up there. It needs to be 1.6 less. Yeah. 3.1. And this needs to be 3.2 bigger. So that's 4.8. No. It needs to be another 10 bigger than this, so 44.8. And then lined up with this. Why am I so terrible at math? This is why I didn't ever go on to finish Calc 3. Because I can't do basic addition. Alright, now we have that little bit of trim sticking out everywhere. That's pretty good. Yeah. I like it. Ha. Yeah. Is there a trim piece here? I imagine there probably is. Let's see. Oh, interesting. It's wider on this side. Yeah, see, I'll get it set up so you guys can see what I'm seeing. But it is definitely wider. Oh, and it's flat there and flat there. Okay, so this trim piece here actually doesn't exist. And why is this off? X, or the y-axis is a little bit off. There we go. Wonder why that was off. Yeah, there's no trim piece here, but I like it there. Again, anything to just break up any flat surfaces, it goes a long way to making a map feel not forged. Not forged, I guess is the wrong word, but like not like a dev-made map. There you go. Whatever the heck I'm trying to say. Alright. So this needs to move 1.6 that direction. Or I guess for you guys. 1.6, that would be 9.907. And this needs to move over. There we go. And it needs to be 1.6. Longer? Eh. So if this moved 5 back, that would put it at 933. Are these? Oh, these are 4 units wide. Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. That's why I keep getting messed up. I keep thinking these are they're 5 units this way, but they're 4 units this way. Okay, that's why I'm getting messed up. So now I need only another 0.6 more. So that would be 9. Boom. I bet that's exactly what this is too. Yep. Nice. There is a trim piece on this side, and it sticks out far, like way more than 1.6. It's like probably at least 2 full units, maybe 2.5. And there's no trim piece on this side, on here or here. But again, I kind of like it. It gives the impression that there could be a gate here. And you know what I will probably do? I'll put a gate there. Or at least a gate facade. So it, like just poking down. I don't think I'll actually have it moving. I think that's too much. Actually, you guys got me thinking now. What if it worked similar to the way the Halo 2 map Zanzibar worked? Where it's a button you can press and open these gates up. Huh. That got me thinking. That would have a big impact. On the gameplay of the map. if I put a gate there, like a gate on either side, you know, and they would raise up. It'd be a one-time thing. Like you'd hit the button and they'd raise up, and then they'd be raised up for the rest of the match. Why do I like that? Do I like it just because I can do it? Because that's not a good enough reason to do it. Just because I can. That. What would be the purpose? The purpose would be to give a bit of an advantage to the defenders, right? Because you could still get over there as an attacker. You can go on foot, you know, through here, up this ramp here with the vehicle or on foot. So you could still get to the base just fine. You're limiting your... Yeah, I just might. I don't know. It's a good thing to have in mind, though, because after some playtesting, if I find the attackers are just constantly winning and like this, it's too hard to defend, it could be an artifact of scaling it. Maybe just scaling it disproportionately benefited the attackers for whatever reason. That's something I can have in my back pocket, is like, well, if consistently I'm seeing the defenders win, maybe to even things out. That's what's so great about bots, is bots aren't super smart, but at least they're all playing at the same skill level. So if you keep seeing one side win, you know your map, something's like off about your map balance. So I won't do anything on it right now. I'll probably put the gate there just so it's peeking through, and then we'll see about actually scripting the functionality later. Probably put the controller... I could tell you exactly where I would put it. I would put it right here, so you can actually see. It's important to be able to like see what you did. Like I should be able to hit a button and then see, you know, these gates go up. Yeah. Something to keep in mind. Something to think about. Oh, I need to give this the same treatment. That is 791.1 and 49.8. 791.1 and 49.8. And this needs to be... There we go. And then this can be lined up here. And make it bigger. I think leaving it at 5 is good. It's probably good to have a little bit of overlap so that light isn't like acting weird and peeking through places it shouldn't. I think actually I need to do the opposite. I think I need to pull this wall in and bring this one over. Or leave it there and just have a single trim piece that goes the whole way. That seems more natural. Yeah, probably do that there too. But hey, that's pretty good. All right. For those of you that weren't here yesterday, I talked a little bit about some of the changes I'm making to the map. So previously there was just this one route up to the second floor of the garage. Again, to make the map play a little bit bigger, I want to have more places for people to be. So I'm adding this door to get down to the first floor, right? And now the garage comes all the way back here, whereas before, a lot of people don't realize it actually ended about here. It was just a big concrete block, which didn't look supernatural. And I'm adding this like area over here that's going to be gated off, but you'll be able to see into it, and it will just be more of the parking garage. You won't. It's not going to be accessible to the player, but it does. Seeing more outside of the map than like the actual map, and it kind of blurs the lines between where the map starts and stops. And it really does a lot to cement the aesthetic of the map. If you can see and hear things going on outside of the map, it really does a lot to convince you that you're in this broader world environment. So I want to. It's a parking garage at a train station. It should be bigger. It should have, more space, but I don't want to ruin the gameplay by making a giant parking garage that has no point for, being there if people can traverse it. So I'll lock it off to the players, but make it seem like you could just, park your car there and ride the train. All right, let's see if you've got any comments. Thanks, man. All right, these Forerunner structures are going to make great building pieces. What's funny is like this is supposed to be Forerunner texture, but this actually very closely resembles the texture the Bungie developers used for like Halo 2's City Sandbox. Is there a beam right there? Did I check for that? I don't think there is. No, there's not. We're good. All right. I might make a prefab out of this and copy and paste it down here because I really like the way it looks. These are just so boring, but this is just the block out phase, so I don't really need to focus too much on that right this second. I think I'll work on what should I work on next? I want to take a second look at the scale of... Why did it spawn here? Excuse me. The scale of the train tracks. Oh yeah, it's fine. Totally fine. Yeah, we're good. They do seem a little bit low now. Actually, I mean, they're pretty low. If you could clamber in Halo 2, like, you could definitely climb on them. You can just jump on them in Halo 2 as well. If you stand on the gutter where it's slightly higher, if you just crouch jump in Halo 2, you can just get up there. So I feel like it looks low, but I feel like the height is good. That's the weird thing about scaling the map, is some things you actually can't scale because you want players to be able to get onto these tracks. So if I scaled the whole thing in the X, Y, and Z axis, some things wouldn't work anymore. Some things you should be able to get to. So it's not just a simple, you know, let's just scale everything up and it will play just fine. There's a lot of like tweaking that has to be done. I think I need to work on the attacker's base. That's what I need to do. These are all the same color and texture and all that, but I did rough them up a little bit using scratches and other like grime and stuff to make them just a little bit different. If you look, like this one's got this like lighter texture on it, and this one's got these like divots, and this one's a little bit darker. So I made them all a little bit different. Like every like 12 or so are all unique a little bit, and then duplicated that. But yeah, you don't notice it at first, but like the darkness here and lightness there, it helps it not look copy and pasted, even though that's exactly what it is. Okay. That's good. Okay. We get to do my favorite thing, which is turn the Warthog into a giant ruler. Driving the Warthog right now. Okay, so I can basically line the Warthog up perfectly side to side in this doorway, but keep in mind the doorway is actually going to be wider now, even though the Warthog should be roughly the same size as it was before. A better way to do it is to look where the doorway lines up with the gutter, which it basically lines up exactly where the gutter meets the road. So right there. And it actually does it here. And really this should be like 4 units. Maybe I don't want to tackle that tonight. You know what I am going to experiment with? Just to tackle a smaller scripting project is these gates. Here, I put this piece here just for this reason. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get myself a little bit more acquainted with the visual scripting interface before I try to tackle the train with it. No, I think it actually opens this way. All right, let's go take a look. Yeah, in a future stream, I'll have it so you can see my Steam Deck screen as well, so you guys see what I'm looking at. That actually is pretty darn close. The gate, where does it start? It starts right there. It starts right where the road meets the gutter. Yeah. But it's a really flimsy arm. I kind of like this more robust looking one. You know? Or do I just do it? Do I just go with the original one? And then I could put a decal on it, give it that black and white striped look. It's seriously just a big rectangle, which is easy enough to do, but like it's way thinner than this. It'd be like, I don't know, not that. It's like even thinner than that. Looks like paper. Yeah, I'll move this aside for a minute. The little box that holds it in place is really tiny as well. It actually does look a lot like this. You know what? I will use this, but I will use this. Actually, I can't, because it's actually on the bridge. So that means it's going to poke through. Dang. Yeah, that would poke through. It's right here at this line. The other thing you have to realize is that this is the actual asphalt of the garage, but there's this trapezoidal buffer that sticks out all the way to here. It's pretty big. So the actual road, it's on this side. So it's like here. I know this looks like it's outside the garage now, but it's still covered by how much the garage sticks out. You'll see. This actually looks pretty close to what it looks like in the Halo 2 map. Kind of looks like that. A lot like that, actually. But look, it's going to stick to the floor. Even with... yeah. If I make it shorter, it's going to make it look all weird. No, it actually looks okay. And it's lined up perfectly with the edge of this. So this needs to go over a little bit more. Perfect. And needs to come in more. And I think up more. It's like about chest height. Yeah. And I think, yeah, that'll definitely be covered. Yeah, that'll be covered. It sticks through here, but you'll see it's not actually going to be a problem. So now, what to make the arm out of? I mean, that would be the easy choice right there. Oh, actually, these get really weird when you try to resize them. Watch. If I try to make them super skinny, I think they act weird. I can go to 0.5. That's it. Let's bring it over here and see how it looks. Okay, yeah, that definitely needs to be shorter. And 0.5 is as skinny as I'm allowed to make it. Which I think should be okay. This song's marked as explicit for some reason. Yeah, this can be definitely longer. It seems really short, like low to the ground. Yeah. You know, this actually is beginning to be less of a problem, how low it is in the ground, because this actually has to be a lot higher. That looks pretty good. I'm going to grab a Warthog in the Halo 2 map and see if I can drive it fast enough to hit it before it goes up. What's interesting about it is it goes up regardless of like if you're on the bridge or anything. Well, you could definitely hit it. You could definitely go fast enough to hit it. I want to be a little more, I want this one to be a little smarter, like be able to know if a vehicle's on the bridge or inside here and not activate it if you're just running underneath, you know? That seems like how it would work in real life. Like there's pressure sensors or something in the actual road. Not like some proximity sensor that just knows someone's around. And this also looks like it should be lower. Doesn't it? That looks better. Yeah, that's good. And then I can make this. Darker. There we go. Really funky textures you could put on here. That might work. How does that look black? That's a contender. Forerunner panel D. I want one that's naturally pretty dark. That one's pretty dark. Algae, nice. Oh, wait, I'm dumb. Okay. In order to get objects to move, they have to be dynamic. And when you make it dynamic, you can't resize it, so it goes back to its default size. So, you can see where my limitations are now. I have to find something that will work as a gate arm in its default size. I can't resize something. You know what? Like this light is good, but it seems too narrow. Ah, man. Here's what I can do. I can combine these two together. Dynamic. Cool. Just let me change color. It does. Oh, and I can make it really black. It's like super black. I don't know if I want it that black though. You know? That seems pretty good. Now, can you script? I'm not going to be able to do... I don't think I'm going to be able to do this because I have to be able to resize it. I could resize it, make it look great, but I don't even know if this will let me make it dynamic. It will. But you know what? It's freaking... The default size is like... I mean, that works. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. Dude, that works. That's great. I can put it just on the end there. Oh, looks great. Dude, the fact that we made this out of a decal and lights. All right, so we have this, 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 and this. And those are all dynamic. Yep, there and there. I'm going to make that into a prefab. All right. Now I can move this around freely and not have to worry about it getting like decoupled or something. Dude, so good. That's fantastic. That's amazing. It looks a little narrow, but it's okay. It's okay. Thanks, 87 Kalen. Appreciate the feedback. I went into more detail yesterday when I streamed about how I went about making everything proportionate, and it came down to a lot of using the road, which, looking closely, the developers use the road quite a bit to mark certain like start and stop points for pieces of geometry, and also measuring out the warthog, because there's really nothing in the sandbox in Halo Infinite that is an exact one-to-one of what existed in Halo 2. The closest thing would be the Warthog. And I think the Warthog's even slightly bigger now. So you can see I'm using Warthogs as like a ruler to know roughly how wide or deep something is. This gate... Yeah, and what's funny is the gate even has the arm offset just like that on the same side. Oh, that's fantastic. I'll put some other little accent piece there. But overall, man, like that's pretty good. Alright, and if I try to run a Warthog into it, it keeps spawning me way over in the corner. Oh yeah, perfect. Alright, that was the easy part. Let's... Man, this is so new to me. Let's go ahead and make, under scripting, gameplay, scripting, script brain for the gate. All right, and then I'll add scripting pointer. It needs, it needs to turn 90 degrees this way. It'd be like this. And this is 704.10. This needs to be 704.10. Okay, and probably a little bit higher. All right, there's several ways to do this. So I will get objects in prefab. I'm going to go ahead and name this right now. Gate arm 1. Okay. Okay. And then also get object location. Where is that? Get object position and get object rotation. I should be able to connect all of those. Or do I need to do it like this? I can't. Okay. Okay. After I get it, what do I do with it? Oh, angular velocity, that's cool. Translate object to point. Do I even need these? I don't know, guys. This is all pretty new to me. Object. You know what? Let's make ourselves a let's change the boundary of this. Whoops. Well, that was a huge mistake. Yeah, the like edit undo is not great. I need to add 1, 2, 3 units that way and 1, 2, 3 units this way. How close do you need to be before the gate opens is the question. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. The edge of a 5th unit road away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The edge of that. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to have one go to here and have another one over there. Let's just set the boundary. Let's see. Dump visuals. Can I change the boundary? How do I change the boundary of something? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go into the script brain. Cannot reference static object. Okay, well that's gonna be a problem. I'm just gonna put a pointer here for now. Can I give this a boundary? Boundary, yes. Box, perfect. Make this 15 units high. Yeah, that's good. Length 30. That is a 282. Okay, and box width, or length rather, we'll go 35. We'll go 40. We'll go a little beyond it. And then width we'll do 80. That's pretty good. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. It's pretty good. Width 80, and then I'm going to make the width less than that. $79. All right. So I have a boundary. What do I want to do? I want to reference it in here. An object reference. Add node. Move object to transform. And then I will go out of the node, do this, back to the node, add object reference. In seconds. How long does it take for the gate to open? Let's see. Takes about 3 seconds to open. like 2.5. Movement curve. I'll keep it linear for now. Destination object, object. Linear 2 is going to be linear. Okay, that's good. Add node. This is going to be a trigger. So custom event. No, that. There's like I want to know, I want to do it on object in boundary or something like that. Let's start with that. No, let's do the whole thing. Oh, on object entered area. There it is. Okay. Area monitor. Then oh, I think just right here. No, I need something between there. Don't know how to get outros to work. Sorry, man. Like, I'm learning right along with you. Get area monitor. Oh, interesting. I want to have one that says "Killed by the Guardians." It's going to be get, so it might be transform. Get object. Get object in area monitor. Maybe it's set. I feel like I'm getting close. An object. Identifier? No. Area monitor. Good grief. Monitor object. Area monitor. Jeez. That was hard to find. On object entered area. Move object. Now what can I do? Add player. No, that's not right. I know that's not right. But let's just see what happens. I don't like that it's spawning me clear over here now. Interesting. Well, I mean, it moved and rotated. Had nothing to do with me, though. This is where I think the get objects in prefab comes into play. Object list. I don't even know. Holy cow. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to try to tackle for tonight. Which is like, I basically did nothing. Oh, man. Alright. Yeah, I think we're going to call it. I have a lot more research to do when it comes to scripts. I think that's pretty evident. The part I think I'm missing is that's a prefab. And I don't think you can just reference a prefab and tell it to do something. You have to tell all the objects in a prefab to do something. Which means I have to get the objects from a prefab and then tell them to do something. I've got the zone. I'm using an arrow for that, but I don't think that matters. It looks like my position and orientation for this was just about perfect. But I think it's going to do this. It's going to go... Like it's going to go up and slide like that, it's not going to rotate on this pivot like this, like at this like axle, whatever it is. It's going to rotate here in the middle, the center of gravity, and then work its way up, which is hard to demo with my arm why that looks wrong, but it should do this, and instead it's going to go like that. It's going to go, I don't know. It's late, and I have a lot more research to do when it comes to scripting. All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching, giving your feedback. Yeah, I look forward to continuing to do some research on this. I think I need to... it's a good idea to start with the gates, since that's definitely going to be simpler. But I think I need to go even simpler. I need to watch some tutorial videos and just get better acquainted with the tools that I'm trying to use. So, but yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Appreciate you tuning in. And yeah, we'll do this again soon. Thanks.